Welcome to The Explainer. So OpenAI's got everyone talking about its next big thing, GPT-5. But here's the kicker. They're saying this isn't just another small step up. It's a completely different way of thinking about AI. But is it all just hype? Is this a real game changer? Well, amidst all the noise, a recent interview with OpenAI COO Brad Lightcap gave us some pretty big clues. So let's break it down and see if GPT-5 is just a minor update or if it's something truly new.
So to really get GPT-5, we've got to start with the problem it was built to solve. And that problem, believe it or not, is that using AI has just been, well, kind of confusing.
As Brad Lightcap puts it, until now, getting the most out of AI has been a bit clunky. You, the user, had to kind of play engineer, guessing which mode or model was the right one for your question. And that little bit of friction, it was a huge barrier for most of us. This really lays out the before and after, right? The old way was a manual headache. It meant most of us using the free version were just scratching the surface, getting answers that felt more like a fancy search engine. We were missing out on the real magic. The goal with GPT-5 is to totally flip that on its head and make that deep thinking power automatic for everyone.
Okay, so how did they fix all that confusion? The answer is this really clever system that works in the background, something they're calling the router.
The best way to think about it is like an automatic transmission in a car. You don't have to know anything about gears. You just hit the gas and go. The router does the exact same thing for AI. You just ask your question and it figures out how much brain power is needed, picking the perfect internal model for that specific task. You don't have to lift a finger. And this four-step dance is why OpenAI is promising a dramatically different experience for all of us. For the very first time, the AI itself gets to decide how hard to think. Ask it for a simple fact, you get a quick answer. But throw a complex, multi-part problem at it, it'll know to kick into high gear and use its most powerful reasoning skills. But look, this router thing, it's more than just a handy feature. It's actually the part we can see of a much, much bigger change in how OpenAI is approaching AI progress itself. According to Lightcap, the old method of just chasing better scores on standardized tests is kind of hitting a wall. He's arguing that real intelligence is way more complicated than that, and we actually need brand new ways to even measure it. And you can see that evolution right here. The old way, what we had with GPT-3 and 4, was all about scale. Just feed it more data, throw more computers at it to get a better score on a test. This new paradigm, it's all about practical skills, like solving real problems and using tools. The method changes from brute force to smart, dynamic thinking. The goal isn't a high score anymore. It's a genuinely useful answer to a real-world question.
And that's really the heart of it. This is a whole new way of doing things. Instead of just making a bigger library, they're trying to build a better librarian, one that can actually think and reason on its own.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic in theory. But what does this new kind of smart AI actually do for us in the real world? Let's get practical. The focus is shifting to areas where getting it right is absolutely critical. Lightcap even brought up making answers to health questions more reliable, which could be a total game changer for people who don't have easy access to a doctor. For businesses, it means an AI that can finally tackle really complex tasks, use different tools, and do it all more affordably. So, what's next? Where does this new way of thinking take us from here? First, a quick reality check. Lightcap is super clear on this point. This is a huge leap forward, but it is not artificial general intelligence. Not yet. That holy grail, an AI that can learn and adapt to totally new things on its own, is still somewhere out on the horizon. And this, for me, is the most exciting part of the whole conversation. GPT-5 isn't the finish line. Nope, it's the starting pistol for a whole new kind of race. This new way of training AI to be a dynamic problem solver, it's just getting started. He even hinted that they're already deep in research for what comes next, which points towards even smarter models, like a GPT-6. The competition isn't just about who can build the biggest AI anymore. It's a race for who can build the most intelligent one. It's a race for smarts, not just for size. And all of this leaves us with a pretty mind-bending question to chew on. For years, we've been focused on making AI bigger. Now, the focus is on making it think differently. So as this new kind of AI gets better and better, what problems will it solve that we can't even imagine right now?